Ladies and gentlemen, behold, a box.
You have a choice. You can have the boat or the mystery box.
What, are you crazy? We'll take the boat.
No, not so fast, Lois. A boat's a boat, but the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. You know.
Sorry about that. Just gotta, making sure that I drink my water. What's up? Welcome back to Hedgehog Action. I am Hedgehog Action, aka Hedgehog, aka Jonathan, aka the man in the $1 million suit. And we are back today for not a standard action figure review, but instead, we are doing our first ever unboxing of a mystery box. And it's not just any mystery box. It's a mystery box that was sent to us by the great D Amazing. If you're not already familiar with D Amazing's work, he is a renowned action figure photographer. He's also got a really great YouTube channel where he reviews action figures. And the way I sort of like to think about his channel, at the end of a hard day, it's nice to just take a deep breath, sit down, relax, and meditate on some cool action figure reviews. That's the amazing style. There are, many fantastic action figure photographers out there. Tons of talented people doing very cool things. Art with Toys, Cloverjag on Twitter, Nate Strong. But for me, when I think of action figure photography, two names pop into my head. That's Trevor Williams, 1/6 shooter, and D Amazing. Needless to say, I am a huge fan of D Amazing's work, have been for a very long time, and have even had the good fortune to have run into him at a couple of cons in the Northeast here, and he's always been a super cool guy. It was a big thrill to meet him because I am such a big fan, and he was always super cool, just kind of like, hey, you know what, we're all here for the same thing, the same love of this action figure stuff. So, well, how did we get to today then? Well, as luck would have it, a few weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, something like that, D Amazing was, offering up some mystery boxes where you would get in at a certain level, and then D Amazing would personally curate a mystery box, and send it out to you. And we were lucky enough to grab one of those boxes. But public service announcement, this is a PSA that D Amazing wanted me to say. And that's, as far as the mystery boxes from him go, there's no specific plan in place right now. He may do those in the future. He may not. There's no plan as to timing or anything like that. I think he actually was offering some more recently just this past week. I don't know if that's still going on or if they will continue. So just so you know, there's no specific plan. He may do these in the future. He may not. Definitely follow him on Twitter at DAmazingToys. And you can get all kinds of his thoughts on all things action figure related. Here we have the mystery box that D Amazing sent us, and we are about to go through it. Now, just to give you an idea of kind of where my head was at as far as the mystery box goes, I was really just looking to be exposed to some things that I wouldn't normally run into. I spent a lot of my collecting energy and time focused on like Mythic Legions, Mezco, Super 7, and a lot of the vintage stuff that I love. So I was hoping to kind of just check out some stuff that I wouldn't normally run into. Did that work out? Let's find out. All right, first up from the box, we have mint on card, unopened, Marvel Legends, retro card, Spider-Man armor, MK1, Spider-Man. Because I have a few of these retro carded Spider-Man figures. And my biggest problem with these retro card figures is that the card is so gorgeous, this retro style card, that, I want to open the figures and get the figures out, but I also don't want to take them off this beautiful card. I mean, the card itself is very substantial, because now I can open this one, keep the other one on card, and see what's going on with this figure. So that's awesome. Next. Wow. Did not see this coming. Up next is the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Shoto Todoroki from My Hero Academia. This is really what I'm talking about here because I have 0 My Hero Academia figures. I literally know nothing about My Hero Academia, the show itself. I've seen a bunch of reviews about some of these figures and they look kind of awesome. I also don't have any Revoltech figures, no Amazing Yamaguchi figures. So this is going to be my first one and I am super pumped about it. And boom! We have a Todoroki figure. And again, I apologize. I don't know about My Hero Academia. So if I use the wrong names or use the wrong terminology, it's only because I don't know what the correct terminology is. But as a figure, I am digging this guy right here. He's got a cool... Yes? Okay, my daughter, Grayson, has just informed me that she thinks it's pronounced Todoroki. Okay.
Also, I have more information about that. I haven't watched it, but I have heard other main character is this green person named Deku, followed by his teacher, All Might, which I assume All Might is trying to teach Deku how to be more powerful. Once again, haven't watched the show, just heard of people talking about it.
There you go. So now we have input from both Grayson and Chase, my 2 amazing kids. Including some additional information here as far as pronunciation of Todoroki, a little bit more background from some of Chase's research, and listen, you know, from what I've heard from Amazing Yamaguchi figures generally, is that the downside is, you know, if they're not in the right pose, there's a lot of things that can look weird about the figure as far as the joints and different things go. But when you hit, you can get them into poses that you can't get anything else into. And I am sort of getting that kind of vibe right now. And again, this is my first experience ever with a figure like this. And there's a lot of possibility here. I'm not even sure how to move. Like, it just sort of seems like these joints can move in like any direction. That's freaking cool as hell. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this figure. A very cool paint job too. It's kind of like matte all over the place, but it looks very clean and very good. The joints, I can't even begin to sort of explain all the different joints here. If you've ever had a Revoltech figure or an Amazing Yamaguchi figure, I think that's the idea, is that, you know, you can get them into some poses that you can't get other figures into, and I can see how that is the case here, but it also is clear to me that it takes probably a little bit of time to mess around with them and understand what you can and can't do. Very cool figure. I'm very excited to have this guy, and I haven't even yet gotten into the amazing set of additional accessories that come with this figure. One thing that I've seen on other reviews is that you have these different replaceable face plates here with a bunch of different expressions. So you can take this face, because you can replace the face plates here, and there are a bunch of different face plates to choose from. Obviously a bunch of different hands, different blast effects, things like that. I'm going to try to check that out and see what I can do as far as replacing the face plates using the different blast effects. There's just so many possibilities here. It's just almost daunting. The package also has this sort of background that you can use, take some pictures and show you what I came up with as far as what I can do with Todoroki, my first ever Amazing Yamaguchi figure. Bang! A figure stand, but also some of these, I guess, what would you call them? Written sound effects? Wakow! Or Wakoom? Wakoom, huh? Foosh! And of course, the Fwoosh. A design of a figure that just gives me something new, Like, I haven't even done anything with this figure yet, and I'm already having a ton of fun. Thank you, D Amazing. Next up, from my mystery box, I have the Beasts of the Mesozoic Raptor series. Okay, I'm gonna give it my best shot here. Sauronitholestes. And this is, of course, from the Beasts of Mesozoic line. A very cool company that's been putting out very cool, like, prehistoric style action figures for a while. They were actually at, if I'm not mistaken, at last year's Legion's Con and saw some of their cool stuff. This is my first ever Beasts of the Mesozoic. And also on the back here, we sort of see a bunch of the other examples of the Beasts of Mesozoic Raptor figures that I presume were and are available. But let's get ours out of the package and check them out. All right, here we go. We have our Sauronitholestes figure, still in the plastic. Woo! Wow. Has a bendy wire inside, so you can move that all around a bunch of different ways. It has all kinds of movement at the ball, and there's another joint behind that, so you can go back and forth, as does up by the shoulders a little bit, and of course the neck. You can move around all the way around, right? Yep. Up, down, a little bit of tilt for some expressions. And, yep, jaw and mouth is also articulated. And he's got a little screaming tongue coming out at you. So, yeah. And he has a replaceable, I guess this is the comb for his head, I think, at the top. But the colors are fantastic, beautiful, probably multiple shades of purple-like color. Just beautiful the way he's painted here. Just a very striking animal figure here. And I can see this guy easily being used in, you know, like Mythic Legions displays is probably where I would use him. Outdoor shots with this guy are going to be fantastic. So I am pumped about this guy, the Sauronitholestes figure from Beasts of the Mesozoic. This is the Bandai SH Figuarts Masked Rider Dark Kiva. And this is my first ever Masked Rider figure. Not something I'm super familiar with. I believe, again, don't kill me if this is wrong, but I believe Masked Rider, I think, is the American version of Kamen Rider. That may not be 100% accurate, but I don't have any Kamen Rider figures. Honestly, my introduction to those types of figures is really through watching either D Amazing videos or a little bit through watching Toy Galaxy videos. But when I saw this box in there, I was super pumped up. I do have a couple of SH Figuarts figures. I'm generally a pretty big fan of all of them. And this figure, just the illustrations on the back, as you can see here, just looks super sick and super cool. Brand new, never opened. Let's open them up and see what's going on with this dude. Wow. Here we are. This is a tremendous looking figure. Just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can see. Woo! The detail is evident as soon as you take him out of the package. He is got basically a shiny, semi-metallic red paint job. Wow. He's got a cape here made up of basically 2 vinyl pieces that are wired and can be put up into various positions. He can move all over the place. He's got something of like a bat wing motif. You can see the giant bat wings on either side of his head. Also carries over to the middle part of his helmet here, which has like a little green jewel in the middle. He's got like a green honeycomb visor over his face. Shiny green, almost, is there light piping on it? Where's the light coming from? Jewels running down the center of his midsection here. 1, 2, 3 of those. The belt is sick. And again, I know from some people that this might be heresy because I don't have a lot of experience with Masked Rider or Common Rider, so I'm not familiar with this character. But this figure in and of itself is just striking. You know, the Batwing motif carries down to his feet here. He's got these little like wing type things on the back of his boots here. You know, I'm a sucker for shiny. I'm a sucker for glossy, and this guy carries that through all over the place. A fun, detailed, cool-looking figure that I am so excited to have. Additional accessories, he's got 5 sets of hands, and then he's also got these little, this is where people are really gonna get mad at me, sections of belt adapter here. And I'm sure each one of these things is supposed to do something different, whether it's a phaser or a laser or something else. Please forgive me for my lack of knowledge, my ignorance here as far as Masked Rider goes, but look how cool that looks. Like, bang, so there we go. He can hold all of his little phasers here in his belt attachments. The articulation on this guy is nuts. He can move any way you want him to. Very fluid movement. I'm just so excited to get a you know, a breath of fresh air, like a new figure, you know, that I can really enjoy, and it really feels like I'm getting into something new. So that's it. That's the totality. That is the end game of the mystery box. A super cool thing to have happened. Later. Okay, bang. There you have it. Unboxing the mystery box. Some super cool stuff in there. And yes, I even subjected you to some of my more amateurish action figure photography there, but I had a ton of fun. I hope you did too. Thank you so much for checking this out. And of course, very special thanks to the man himself, D Amazing, for sending out the mystery box and letting us do this video about it as well. Please go subscribe to D Amazing's channel right now if you're not already. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to D Amazing, what are you doing, man? Again, I will put links to his YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter in the description of this video. Go follow him and subscribe, all those places. You can also check out some of D Amazing's work on his website. That's damazing.net. Now, be very careful. From me to you, make sure that you put in d-amazing.net if you're going to go check out his website. Just trust me on this. But again, thank you to D Amazing. Thank you so much for spending your time checking out this video today. Please do us a favor, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We are trying to get to that 100 subscriber level so we get the personalized URL. If you like the video, give us a like, share if you're up to sharing. Listen, what would you like to see in a mystery box that came to you? What did you think about the stuff that came in this mystery box? Let me know in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching. And as always, remember, adventure is good for the soul. And so are action figures. Later.